Hey everybody, Robert here. Up in the Wizard Tower, figured I'd make a video, just kind of share a little bit. I was thinking about hypnosis and meditation and how they're used both separately and together. And I want to kind of talk about how I use them in my life just a little bit and how it can help you. Let's go into hypnosis first. Hypnosis is great for reprogramming the thoughts in your mind, changing your emotions, your beliefs. It's all about changing the zeros and ones the the bigger background of your mind because the subconscious mind is a million times bigger, more powerful, and has the ability to process more information than the conscious mind. Like the subconscious mind can handle millions of bits of information at a time. The conscious mind, generally speaking, 7 to 12. Like phone numbers, lists, anything past 10, we typically need a list to help that stay in our mind long enough to actually do something. That's why license plates, certain things are only like 7 to 10 things long, or 7 to 10 bits or digits long, because it's easier for the mind to remember. Um, that's the subconscious part. That's the hypnosis part. The meditation part, depending on what meditation you do, but the one I do is either Tai Chi or a Vipassana meditation, a breath meditation, just focusing on my breath. And doing that, either doing the Tai Chi or doing the other one I mentioned, it allows the thoughts that either were buried or not having any attention paid to them kind of come to the surface. And you can, and depending on the technique, it depends on what you do with that. You can address it, you can ignore it, you can let it flow, whatever. Me, I like knowing. It doesn't really matter to me if I stop and look at it and kind of come out of trance and see the insight that I was just granted. Or if I go a little further than that, just allow everything to flow and see what it has to say or what stresses I have to get out that day. Depends on what you're doing or what I'm doing. But the best thing about combining these two things is I can sit in meditation or do my Tai Chi because it's almost the same thing. You have to have a clear mind and see what comes up, either in my form, when I'm doing something, meditating, standing, meditating, sitting down, depending on what I'm doing that day. The thoughts still come and things are noticed, insights are granted, whatever you want to call it. And I can take that and say, oh, I noticed that issue I have. I noticed this problem I have. And I can either keep noticing it and changing it subvocally or in my mind, because eventually that does rewire it. Like if you are in traffic and you get mad at traffic, typically, if you can learn to catch yourself and choose a different response, then that becomes your response eventually over time. You can just reprogram yourself to have a better life that way, a better experience. But it takes time, it takes energy, it takes focus. With hypnosis, that is, you know, not elevated, but it it is accelerated. There's the word. It's accelerated 7 plus times the power. There's a reason why you teach kids different languages, and kids are sponges at seven. Well, I'm sorry, between 0 and 10 years old because they're in theta, they're in hypnosis. They're just think about all the things you have to learn just to function in society, all the laws and the micro rules of the families and whatever it is. There's a lot to learn. So hypnosis is great for that because it's a hyper learning state. Hyper learning. So the way I describe that is if you're regularly trying to learn something, trying to change your habit, change a thought, whatever it is, going from top down, then it's like walking in the woods for the first time, making a new trail. Turn around and see what you see. Do you really see a new trail yet? Probably not. So that means that the old trail, the one you're trying to get off of, is going to have the energy sent down that pathway much easier because energy goes the easiest way, and a well and a well established neural pathway in your mind is going to go down that faster. So instead of having to walk that new trail over and over again and trying to make that trail established enough to where the energy shifts and go down that new neural pathway, hypnosis is walking the same thing, doing the practice, training yourself to have this new behavior or new response, but with dragging your foot behind you because it's a hyper learning state. Anything done in hypnosis is amplified in the mind. So Do you see a difference already between just walking it and walking with dragging your foot behind you? You're going to have a established path way faster with less repetition with hypnosis in the trance state. Anything you practice in the trance state is really seeded into the mind. Okay, especially if you do something and then go into the trance state, it's really smitten into the mind and the body if you're doing the body thing. But that's how I kind of do it. I use meditation to see what comes up, see what I might need to work on, and I use hypnosis later separately to help me change it faster and to establish new patterns very rapidly, very rapidly. Um, that's really about it, guys. Learn hypnosis, learn a form of meditation, because meditation is top down, right? The cognitive changing slowly of the subconscious, and the subconscious change that affects the conscious mind is a bottom up. With these two practices, you can do both. Very freeing, very empowering. I highly suggest you find some kind of meditation that gets you in that right mindset and learn hypnosis so you can retrain your mind faster than you ever thought possible. Now, out of breath. With that being said, you can't do everything by yourself. There are some patterns, there are some techniques that require your conscious mind, or at least somebody's conscious mind, like another therapist or another hypnotist, to guide you through. Because you can't guide yourself through something and go but so deep in your mind. It doesn't work like that. So every therapist should have a therapist. Every mailman should have a mailman, right? I can probably do 70% of the things I want to do by myself. Probably more than that. Other than that, I might need somebody helping me guide myself through it, depending on what it is. Anyway, guys, I don't want to go into off to a tangent, make this video too long. Learn hypnosis, learn a form of meditation that works for you. If you combine the two, you can grow much faster. Okay? If you like this video, like, subscribe, check out my website, waltonhypnotherapy.com, and my other website, my contracting site, ineedhypno.com, where I have a bunch of therapists, a bunch of audios you can hire and download. Lots of choices there. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, obviously. All the stuff, guys. So find my stuff, follow me. It's worth it. Have a great one, guys.